Hello everyone, good morning and welcome you all to this session where you will be seeing what is the roadmap to become a data scientist, and I'll be your mentor for today's session. So basically, first of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Pradeep Sharma and I'm working as a data scientist, and I have around 4 years of experience in this domain. So I have worked across multiple companies where some of them are from service based companies and some are, I have worked with a bank also. So I have good exposure to this domain, and today I'll be guiding you step by step to what is the path to become data scientist and what are the roles and responsibilities a data scientist plays, and what are the skills and all you have to learn as a data scientist. So yeah, this session will be very interesting and I'm also very excited to guide you all. So let's just start with today's agenda. So today these will be our takeaways from this session. So first of all, we'll be seeing what is data science. So what happens is that in today's world you might have seen that people are promoting data science very extensively, and you can see advertisements across YouTube or any other platforms as well, like data science is sexiest job of 21st century and all. So today we'll be seeing what exactly is data science and how it exactly works. Then second will be who is a data scientist. So yeah, data science is a domain, but what exactly data scientist does in that particular domain, what are the different roles and responsibilities a data scientist plays, how you can identify that you can become a good data scientist or not. So those things will be covered in the second part in this session. Third is step by step guide to becoming a data scientist. So yeah, here we will be seeing like what are the steps you have to follow and what are the sequential things you have to do in order to become a data scientist, and if you want to be a data scientist, what are the skill sets in which you have to be become proficient. And lastly, we will see what are the different specializations in data science. Okay, so before we proceed to our today's agenda, let me just introduce what is Ekeeda. So Ekeeda is an e-learning platform where you can get access to these courses at very nominal rates, and there are some advantages and all. So if you want to become a data scientist, then Ekeeda can definitely help you, and we will be seeing what exactly Ekeeda is providing in terms of becoming a data scientist. So this session is very interesting, and obviously, I hope that you will get very good insights about data science field and roles and responsibilities of data scientists. So let's just go forward and see step by step guide. So yeah, this is an example where we are seeing what can be a particular use case of data science. So like, let's just see an example. Like, if you want to predict what will be the weather tomorrow, so it's not a very new thing in the market. You might be seeing from past couple of years that in news channels they predict what will be the weather for tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So you are seeing this from last couple of years, but what exactly changed in the recent time? So from couple of years we are generating higher amount of data, so because of which what happened is that weather prediction has been done in the past years as well, but if you see the accuracy of prediction, that is increased a lot, okay, in the recent years. So why it is happening? So exactly data science is behind that, and that is making accuracy very higher and higher over the time, because of which you can see that accuracy of weather prediction has increased. So first question here is, how is it possible to predict tomorrow's weather? So exactly, there are some data science methodologies and data science algorithms which are running behind. So that's why you can see that accuracy is increased a lot. Okay, so there are a couple of methodologies. So once you go deep in data science, then you will slowly understand that how they are exactly predicting. So it is happening because of data science. Okay, second, what amount of data is needed from meteorological department? So we are just seeing the output in news channel or across other apps. So there is one app called as AccuWeather as well. So we are seeing just the output of that. Like, tomorrow's there is a chance of heavy rain, and tomorrow there will be sunny day. All those are output, but behind that many things are running, because of which we are seeing. So that is all dependent on the data. So they are collecting the data very extensively, and just because we are generating higher and higher volume of data, Okay, our devices are being matured, and they are quite advanced at this stage. So because of it, data collection processes improved a lot, okay, from past couple of years. So that is the reason that because of richness in data, we are now able to predict more accurately anything. So predictions have been more accurate than ever before. So the reason behind that is amount of data and quality of data as well. Okay, application scaling up towards emergency services as well. So now, I mean, you can see that in groceries as well, you could see that many services were offered where you could just order online and they were delivering groceries at your home. And now, I mean, if you take example of Zepto and all, so they deliver groceries just at 10 minutes at your doorstep. Okay, so all this is digital, and behind that there is data science going on, because of which it is becoming possible by the time. Because I mean, few years back, if someone says, then it would have been considered as impossible. So all this is because, I mean, our data volume is quite higher as compared to previous years, so that is making it possible. So that, I mean, our predictions are good, our services are becoming good day by day. So this is one of the example of data science use cases. So there are n number of examples you can see. Oh, I mean, in the recent period, there are n number of examples you can see where data science is applied and quality is actually improved a lot from past. Okay, so let's just proceed further. Yeah, in this slide we'll see what is data science. Okay, so as I said, I mean, in many platform, digital platform, let it be YouTube or Instagram, persons promote data science. Like, I mean, you might have seen advertisement that data science is sexiest job of this century. So I mean, just by that fancy name people get excited, but hardly, I don't think, very few people know exactly what is data science. Okay, so whenever you say science, so a science is basically to understand the functioning of a particular thing. Okay, how exactly a thing is functioning, what is going on behind that scene. I mean, let's just take example of machine, or let's say laptop. So we are just using laptop, but inside the laptop there are, I mean, couple of operations are being performed. So if you understand that functioning, that is called as science. So similarly, when we say data science, so it's all about understanding the data. Okay, understanding the behavior of the past, and how you can utilize that data to derive some information. So exactly that is called as data science. Okay, so whenever someone asks you what is data science, then you should tell that basis on the data we should be able to understand the behavior, and we should be able to make some future predictions using that. So that is a data science. So basically a data science is a study that involves converting raw data into useful information. Okay, so when we say that we are data scientists, our job is to get the data and get the quality data, and then derive some useful information from that. So for example, if we take the weather's data, then I mean, the data is collected using the devices which is raw. Okay, I mean, devices will just capture the information whether the sky is cloudy or sunny. So those things will be captured by the devices, but then they transform those data and they get the clean data, and after that they derive some useful information. Similarly, if I take example of banking data, so in bank, the major task of bank is to identify who are the customers who can make default going forward, or who will pay their loan on time. So this is one of the great use case in banking industry. So banks, at the initial stage, actually they just get the raw information about a customer, and then using that raw information they try to derive some useful information on the basis of which they deny your loan application or they accept it. Okay, so this is data science. Okay, so there are some examples listed below. One is holiday season toys. So let's just assume that there is a particular stationery shop and he sells toys for kids. So he just want to know, in upcoming holiday season, let's say, I mean, Raksha Bandhan is coming, so what kind of toys will be bought more by the customers. So how exactly he can get that information? So obviously what he can do, he can check the past data, what exactly has been the trend in the past during the holiday season, and basis on that information, obviously he is not a knowledgeable person in the data science, he can take help of data scientist, and then he can come at the conclusion that what kind of toys should be kept in what quantity, so that his overall sales and revenue would be optimized and it will be higher than before. So this is one of the example of data science, where data science can be utilized to increase the revenue. Second is retail sales touch benchmark number during the holiday season. So yeah, so this is one kind of information. Okay, this is one kind of information where they are saying that retail sales are higher during the holiday season as compared to the normal season. So this is one information which has been derived from our raw data. Okay, now third is a question, how to figure out number of customers. So how you can identify your potential customers who can buy from your store, or I mean who can purchase your product, who can purchase your courses, or and all these things. So you have to see the past data, and basis on that you have to find some insights, and then you can come at a conclusion that okay, these are my potential customers, and I should focus on these customers. So these kind of use cases are done in data science. I mean, they are just couple of examples. An application of data science are infinity, I would say. I mean, there are uncountable, I would say. So, I mean, now if anyone asks you what is data science, then you should be able to tell it is science of understanding the data and deriving some insights from that existing data and make some predictions for future. So I hope this is clear. Then second is why data science. Okay, so now we have seen that what is data science, but question comes in mind that I mean, why should I go for data science, why not other fields? Okay, so you should look at the past trends. Okay, so I mean, Geo launched its services in 2016. So before Geo, I don't think that hardly anyone was using internet so extensively. Like, I mean, I still remember that even 2 GB of data was costing us a lot. I mean, in I guess more than 200 or 300 rupees. But now, even if you recharge by 200 or 250 rupees, then you get 1.5 GB data, 2 GB data per day. So what has happened is that, I mean, we are using the data regularly on our devices, let it be mobile phones, let it be laptops. So all this data is captured. Okay, I'm not saying that your privacy is leaked, but all this data is being captured to those companies, because of which they have enormous data about you, about your behavior, what are the timings when you are most active on these platforms. So because of this data, now companies aim is to use that data and enrich your engagement. Okay, so for example, 310 billion emails are sent every day. Okay, so you can just imagine this volume, 310 billions. Okay, so using this emails information also, they can find out how exactly you can imagine that how much data you are generating just because of sending emails. Okay, 2.6 quintillions bytes of data generated across the globe every day. So when we say this amount of data, so I mean, some of us can't even imagine how big is that data size. Okay, so everything you do, I mean, now I'm recording this session, this is also kind of data. Okay, so this is also data. I mean, in mobile phones we use WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook, so they collect your statistics, like I mean, at what time you are most active, how long was your active session. So all those information they capture. I mean, when we purchase online, when we, I mean, purchase any food from Swiggy or Zomato, so they know, I mean, in this particular season or at this particular time you have ordered what. So like, I mean, one of the statistic was in 2021 the most sold dish was biryani. So they can make some strategy out of this. So this is data. I mean, from the data they have derived this information that most sold dish is biryani, so they can make some strategy out of that. So that is the power of data. And over the time, amount of data is increased a lot. So that is why companies now targeting that how we can utilize the data, and obviously this trend will go further. So that is why you should choose data science, because this is a field which is emerging and which is growing at a very rapid pace. So number of opportunities will be growing day by day. So that is the reason that why you should choose data science. Okay, now to a data scientist, more the data better the solution. So yeah, exactly. So I mean, during the First World War and Second World War, actually your weapons for your strength. Okay, but now the data will be going forward, data will be your strength. So more the data you have about customers, your chances of success will increase by that data, by the amount of data, by quality of data. So that is why more the data better the solutions, and better will be the opportunities for data scientists. So this is a trend which can come in near future. So that is why this is the perfect time to enter a data science field, okay, and you can become a data scientist. So I hope this is clear. So let's just proceed further. Now exactly who is a data scientist, and I mean here we will see who is a data scientist and what are the core skills of a data scientist. Okay, I mean if you want to become data scientist, then what are the things you should look to, I mean pertain and look to accomplish. So first is mathematician. So along with mathematician I would also add statistician. Okay, so as a data scientist, many a times it may happen that you have worked on an algorithm, worked on a particular algorithm, and it has produced some results. So as a data scientist, you should be able to interpret those results, like exactly how that algorithm works in the background, whatever results it has generated, what they exactly means. I mean how they are relevant to our actual world. So that is why a data scientist should be very much skilled in mathematics and statistics. So I mean what happens, I mean let's say you have generated a result, but there is some person who does not know what exactly is going on behind. So you should be able to tell that okay, this is exactly working behind this, and at that time a data scientist plays a very crucial role. Second is trend spotter. So as a data scientist, okay, your stakeholders may provide you a data, okay, that will be totally a raw data, that can be a totally a raw data, but using that data you should be able to analyze the trend using that data. So in the past, I mean in just previous slides we have seen that the sale is higher on holidays, so that was a particular kind of trend. Similarly, the amount of data generated, so that trend is in uptrend. So I mean we are generating more and more data over the time, so that is a trend. So as a data scientist you should be able to identify those trends, you should be able to identify those characteristic and behavior. So that is also a role of a data scientist. So more often I would say that the data scientist should be curious to know all these behaviors. Third thing is programmer. So why programmer actually? Okay, let's say as I gave you example that more and more data is generated, but you want to process it as well. So you want to derive some information out of that data, because I mean due to which you have to process that data and derive information by transforming that data. Okay, let's just take an example that you have 3 lakh students record. Okay, you have their marks. So if I tell you that do it by hand, I mean compute the averages of all those numbers of 3 lakh student by hand, it will be very difficult for you. Okay, so that is where program comes into pictures, that you just have to line few lines of code and that will do the computation you when you are intended to do. Okay, and I mean just imagine that the task can take you number of days. I mean if I ask you to compute the averages of 3 lakh record, it can take you a couple of days, whereas a program can return that output in few seconds. So this is very basic example. So similar to this, there are very computationally expensive calculations as well, which are very complex in nature. So rather than doing it by your own, it may take days and months. So computer program can do that in seconds. So that is why a data scientist should be a good programmer, so that he should be able to implement whatever mathematics and statistical models he has learned in the past. So that is why programs are very important. And lastly is business manager. Okay, so when I say business manager, it does not mean that a data scientist should take decisions of businesses, but yeah, at least I mean he should be a kind of proxy business manager. So when I say proxy business manager, so I mean that whatever analysis he has done based on that data, he should be able to communicate those results to a business manager, okay, to stakeholders. So that is why a data scientist should be a kind of business manager. So I mean whatever results are generated, whatever patterns are identified using that data, how we can utilize so that our businesses will increase their revenue, they can become more profitable, their services will be of high quality. So data scientist is basically can communicate those results to business manager, and therefore making the overall experience of a customer very smooth and very rich. So that is why these are the top four skills where data scientist should focus more and more, and he should try to become proficient. Okay, now let's just go to step by step guide to become data scientist. Okay, so as I told, I mean in the advertisement you have been told that I mean this is data science very fancy, but I mean they don't tell you in depth. how to become data scientist and what are the small steps you have to take. So first and for I mean most important step is to, first of all, you should ask yourself whether data science is field for you or not. Okay, so there are a couple of questions you should ask yourself. First is, do programming languages excite you? Okay, so first of all you should ask, okay, if I have to write certain programs, does that excite you? So I mean, before coming to that question, I would like to tell, so the programming languages which we were using in the previous era, like C, C++, Java, those were very I mean, I won't say very difficult, but yeah, those were difficult. Okay, but mostly in the data science field we use Python. Okay, and believe me, Python is very easy as compared to C or C++ or Java. Okay, so when I say do programming languages excite you, you just see from that point of view that can you just prepare the logic by which your entire data pre-processing will happen. Okay, do you like logical reasoning question? If you like that, then I think using Python programming languages, you can work very nicely. Okay, and that won't be that difficult as compared to C, C++, Java. So first of all, you should ask whether you like that logical reasoning type of questions or not. If you do like, then obviously you will like Python and you will be good at programming languages. Okay, second is, are you a proactive learner who can learn new tools quickly? So why this question? I mean, you might be wondering. So what happens is data science is growing day by day, and the tools and techniques involved in data science, those are also emerging day by day, and they are becoming more and more better. They are improving, and every after a certain number of days, some new tool comes, and you should be able to learn that quickly. So that is where you should be very proactive. Okay, in learning new things. So you should be relevant to what the current tools and techniques are there in market. So you should be relevant, that is the question. So you should ask yourself this question, whether you are proactive learner, you would like to learn new techniques day by day. So that would be your second question. And third is, do you enjoy handling complex data sets to understand patterns? Yeah, so this is very important question, like, do you like to analyze the data? Okay, do you like those numbers and all? Okay, so many people are there who enjoy mathematics, who enjoy numbers. So if you do like complex data sets, and I mean, you would like to derive some information like what is the trend, what is the pattern. So the third question will be this, that you should ask yourself. So if you see yourself that you like all these things, then definitely data science is a path for you, and you should opt for data science. Because I mean, we have seen the data scientist job and data science field itself will grow over the years. So if you like these things, then you should obviously opt for data science. Okay, and I would suggest that please ask yourself these questions and try to find some answers. Okay, I hope mostly you will say that I like these things. Let's just see what is the second step. Okay, second step is learn mathematics and statistics. So as we have seen earlier also, so mathematics and statistics are very basic things, and when that is foundational for any data scientist. Okay, because of which, when we see machine learning, when we see deep learning, there are algorithms involved, and lot of mathematics and statistics is going behind those algorithms. So as a data scientist, you should be able to understand what exactly is going behind, how you can improve those algorithm as per your data sets. Okay, so there mathematics and statistics plays very crucial role. Okay, so that is why you should ask yourself, like, I mean, once you identify that, okay, I like data science, then your second step will be to learn mathematics and statistics. Again, I would say that entire mathematics and entire statistics is not used in data science. There are certain specific topics of mathematics and statistics which are very important in data science field. So as a second step, you should be trying to learn those concepts of mathematics and statistics, and that will definitely benefit you to become a good data scientist. Okay, now the third step will be to explore machine learning. Okay, once your mathematics and statistics part are done, then third step will be to explore machine learning. So machine learning, let me just quickly introduce you what is machine learning. Okay, so now you can see that you might be having Flipkart or Amazon in your mobile, and suddenly a pop-up comes into your mobile that this particular product is I mean, available at this price for you. Okay, so have you ever wondered that why only that particular product I mean just pops out in your screen? So actually there is a lot of pop-up is backed up by a lot of research and machine learning algorithms. Okay, they have identified your pattern, they have identified that what is your behavior of buying certain commodities or certain products, and basis on that actually they are suggesting you. Okay, so what exactly has been done? So in this case, machine will be your mobile phone, or machine will be your Flipkart app, and that app has learned what exactly, I mean, how exactly you are behaving. So machine learning is basically, I mean, giving instruction to machines, okay, so that they can solve your problems, okay, they can identify your patterns. So whatever task has been, or whatever task was supposed to done by human, now machine will do that task, okay. So machine learning is basically instructing machines to identify those patterns, okay, on their own. So that will be done by some machine learning algorithms. So there are specifically some algorithms designed for that. So that will be your third step to explore machine learning algorithms. So after you have learned mathematics and statistics, then you should go for machine learning algorithms, and obviously these are very interesting algorithms, and once you see the applications of these algorithms, you will be very amazed and very excited to learn those things. Now let's just proceed to step 4. So in step 4 is programming languages. So okay, now you have understood mathematics, now you have understood statistics, then machine learning algorithms also you have seen, but I mean how you will implement, okay. So that is where programming languages comes into picture. So whatever you have learned in mathematics and statistics or machine learning, now you should be able to code that, okay, in proper format, so that machines can understand what you want to do. So basically coding helps you to communicate with the machine. So basically programming, so similar to how we speak to each other, okay, in simple English. So now I mean I am explaining you these things, so I'm say explaining you in this plain English so that you are understanding, okay. So similarly computers and laptops also have their own language, okay, via which we want to order them, we want to instruct them that do particular task, okay, but using their languages. So their programming language comes into picture, and again I would say that lot of computation power and lot of complex calculations are involved in machine learning and mathematics, which we can also do, that is not impossible, but that may take more and more time, maybe in days or maybe in months, but computers can do in just few seconds or few minutes. So that is why you should be very proficient in programming languages as a step 4, okay. Now step 5 is data handling, okay. Now you have learned mathematics, statistics, and programming languages and machine learning as well, but after that what? So entire data science is based on data, okay. So if there is no data, there is no data science. So whatever you have learned as a concepts of mathematics, statistics, machine learning, at the end you will be applying on data, okay. So you should be very careful with your data. So data is a prime requirement in this domain of data science. So obviously, so when you receive a particular data in any particular form, now your next step will be to preserve that data, to I mean gather that data and transform that data in a way that you should be able to utilize it. So that becomes your step 5 after learning all these core skills, okay. So obviously for data handling as well, there are many techniques which we, I mean a data scientist should be knowing. So ideally a data scientist should be proficient in data handling as well. So let's just see step 6. So step 6 is working on visualization. So how visualization play a very important role, I will just tell you, okay. So let's say you are working on a data science use case at a big organization, and you are working as a data scientist, okay. So whatever pattern, so I mean I'm assuming that whatever we have seen till step 5, you are proficient in those steps, okay. After that you are able to see what exactly what patterns are there in our data, okay, what numbers are coming. But at the end you have to explain that to stakeholders, okay. And generally people don't like to see those data, they like to see the visualization similar to what is there on the right side of the slide. So they like to see the trends, okay, in form of graphs or in forms of diagrams. So that is where storytelling is become very important, and our visualization actually helps us for storytelling. So as a data scientist, you should be able to visualize those data in form of very nice diagrams or graphs, I would say, so that a non-technical person, a business person, can understand what information you have derived out of that data, Okay, so that is where visualization becomes very important for a data scientist. Seventh step is dashboarding and reporting. Okay, so let's just imagine that you have worked on a particular piece of data, you have gathered some information, and you have seen some visualization. Okay, but how you can show that to a business person? So for that, whatever visualization you have done, you should be able to represent them to business person. So their dashboarding and reporting tools are very important, so that I mean using this dashboarding, I mean one of the example would be Power BI. So in Excel also we can prepare dashboard. Okay, so though there are some specific dashboarding tools like Tableau and Power BI, where you can create certain interesting dashboard and reports. Okay, which I mean becomes very easy to tell a non-technical person that what exactly are the trends and what can be upcoming trends going forward. So there these dashboarding and reporting tools are very vital. Okay, and they will help you to communicate with non-technical person and show them whatever work you have done till now. Okay, so I mean till now we have seen 7 steps, and I hope these are clear. So let's just go to 8th step. So in step 8, you should work on industry level projects. Okay, so just imagine that till step 7 you have grasped all those tools and techniques, and you are well versed and well proficient with all those techniques. Okay, but now you should be working at a industry level project. Why that is very important? So if you see, in today's world, the data sets which are present in Kaggle, or let's say some other hackathons, so those are very clean data sets. Okay, and obviously you won't be able to get that high level of exposure. Okay, what exactly, I mean how exactly data science is performed at a organization level. Okay, so even though you will be learning those techniques, you will be well versed with those techniques, but obviously that experience is very much required, because in industries, they I mean applying data science is not that easy as compared to if I talk about Kaggle hackathons and all. Okay, so how you will be able to just learn all those experience? Okay, how you'll be getting those experience that is being employed in organizations? Okay, so therefore this is particularly needed. Okay, so one industry level project is definitely needed for you, so that you can understand what are the real life challenges in a particular data, what are the real life challenges across a data science use case, so that you should get some exposure to that. Okay, because in real time projects are not that easy. Okay, they are very complex in nature, as compared to whatever data sets. So Kaggle hackathons and Kaggle competitions are good source to learn, at least I mean to at least begin, okay, your data science journey. But to be honest, at an industry level projects are not that easy, they are complex. So if you do work on industry level projects, you will get that exposure, how exactly data science is applied in real time. So step 8 becomes very crucial there. Okay, now step 9 will be understanding current trends. So when we say current trends, so as I gave you example, so in pre-geo era, I am not saying that data science was not there, data science was there, but the amount of growth in number of jobs in data science has been increased. And why, I mean it has increased, so that also we have seen, because we are generating more and more data, and now company wants to analyze it for their benefits. So that is why you should be seeing what is exactly current trends going in market. Okay, and stay at the top of your game in vast domain. So basically when we say stay at the top of your game, so in current market trends, whatever tools and technologies are coming, you should be well versed with those things, so that you stay relevant. Okay, you're obviously in demand. So once you are seeing what should be, I mean what are the tools and technologies at the top in the current market, so once you grab those things, okay, once you learn those things, then obviously you will be asked first to do anything job. Okay, your demand will be higher than other data scientists. So that is why understanding current trends is very important. Okay, as a step 9, let's just see step 10. Okay, now step 10 is build a domain specific resume. Okay, so basically your resume is very important. So what happens is that you see job postings on LinkedIn or naukri.com. Okay, so what happens, I'm not sure if you know or don't know, but there is a system which organizations follow. So whenever you apply for a particular job on naukri.com or LinkedIn, so you upload your CV, and that CV actually passes through their algorithms. Okay, so every company has their algorithms built, and your CV is scored against that algorithm, and if your CV does not pass that certain threshold, then your CV will not be going through proper hand. Okay, so that is why your resume format and whatever you represent in your resume, that is very important to actually, I mean, at least it should go to proper hand. Okay, so to pass that level, your resume should be very important, whatever you have done, okay, till now, what are your skill sets, what are your educational background, you should be able to nicely represent it in resume. Okay, so that is why the resume, because many jobs actually they just collect the resumes, okay, and they just filter out based on resume only. So that is where your resumes comes into picture, and it should be such that the, I mean, in one or two page, the hiring candidate, okay, he should be able to understand what your successes and whatever your achievements are. He should be able to grasp all these by looking at just one or two pages resume. Okay, then step 11 would be working on specialization. Okay, so as I said, actually we'll be seeing in the field of data science also there are three four different branches. So you, I mean, after certain years you should be able to identify what exactly your skill set, I mean, in which branch you can do better. So you should go for specialization after that. Okay, I mean, at the initial level it is fine that, I mean, you have worked on mixed type of work, but after that you should be working on specializations of certain branches of data science. Okay, so that is why vital to hone in onto one concept in the vast domain. Okay, so like if I tell you, in data science field also there is data analyst, also there is data scientist, there is data engineer as well, there is machine learning engineer as well. So there are different kinds of roles there are in market. So you should be trying to do specialization in these fields. Okay, and that is why the specialization is important. So going forward, whenever you go for a role in any organization, so they will prefer you over others because you are specialized in those things. Okay, so those were the top 11 steps you should follow. Okay, to become a data scientist, those are very important step, and step by step you have to grasp all these things, you should be proficient in those steps. Okay, now we'll just see what is a career in data scientist. Okay, we have previously also seen data science is among the top 10 careers. Obviously, I mean, that you already know. I think before this session also you might have seen many advertisement where they are promoting data science. So I mean, why they are promoting? Because there is demand. Okay, so that is why data science is right now among the top 10 careers, okay, across all the industries. So that is why data science roles and number of jobs are increasing day by day. So it is one of the most trending computer science careers of all time. Yes, so I mean, I don't exactly remember, I mean, last time which, I mean, particular domain such as data science was in hype that much. Okay, so now you see everywhere people talk about data science, but few years back, I mean, there were some tools and techniques. Okay, but still I don't believe that, I mean, so any technology was booming higher than data science. So that is why it is one of the most trending computer sciences careers of all time, and this is the best time when you should enter the data science field, because going forward more and more data will be generated, so the requirements or demands of data scientists will be increasing over the time. It is almost a recession proof career. Okay, even in the recession time there were very less job losses in the field of data science. Okay, so data science is a prime requirement, there is growth in number of jobs in data science. So that is why it is called as recession proof career. Okay, now data science is prime requirement. Obviously, once we, I mean, we are generating that much data, because of which there is need of data scientists. So that is why nowadays it is very prime requirement for organizations. Okay, and machine learning and AI have been on ever rising popularity, and again we have seen that reason why actually the popularity is there, because we have data. Okay, so just imagine you are driving a car, okay, and you have no fuel. So without fuel, I mean, you can't drive a car, right? So similarly you can consider machine learning and AI to be that car, and the role of petrol is played by data. Okay, so data, I would say, is a oil for this machine learning and AI. Okay, without data this machine learning AI can't survive. So because of increase in the consumption of data and production of data, machine learning and AI have been rising over the years. Okay, and because of which demand for proficient data science is also increasing. So currently if I tell you what is happening, so there are I mean, I won't say less number of data scientists. There are number of data scientists present in the market. But if you talk about quality, okay, or I would say expert data scientists, they are very less in market. So actually, I mean, many people do data science courses and all, but still they lack quality somewhere, okay? And that is where Ekeeda can help you to bridge that gap, to fulfill that gap between a good data scientist and an average data scientist. Okay, so that is where Ekeeda plays very important role to enhance your skills. Okay, so demand is there for data scientists, but at the same time quality should be there. You should be able to work in that domain. Whenever there is some ask, then you should be able to perform that particular task, and you should be proficient in that. So data science itself is being key player in healthcare as well. So yeah, I mean, healthcare actually it's not that matured in India as compared to US and all, but nowadays actually in India also they are using data science, okay, to improve healthcare services. Like, I mean, you might have seen some apps like M-Fine app is there, okay, and there are some other apps also. They are also, I mean, I have seen that many these healthcare apps have started their services so that we can just place our finger at the camera and they were telling you SpO2 numbers. I mean, what is your oxygen level? So that is also very great example of artificial intelligence and data science in healthcare domain. So data science is now becoming a key player in healthcare, and apart from healthcare also, I would say in many fields actually data science is playing very key role, okay, to enhance the experience of a customer. One of the example would be fast tag. Okay, before fast tag, so we used to drive our vehicle and we used to wait a lot at the toll, okay, at a toll plaza. So now, I mean, due to this fast tag, now we don't have to wait that much. Automatically, it just scans your numbers, and after that, money is deducted from that particular wallet. And after that, you don't have to wait that much. So that is one of the application of artificial intelligence, because of which our experience is becoming better and better. Okay, so this is just a comparison. What has changed? We have work from home, okay, almost for 2 years, I can say. So now companies know that, I mean, even if employees are working at home, then also, I mean, their work is not impacted. Okay, that work is not hampered. Even some organizations have seen that since they have started working from home, their efficiency of their employees, so productivity of their employees has increased. There are a couple of reasons that, I mean, they don't have to travel, they are able to get 8 hours of sleep, because of which the productivity is increased. Okay, so that is why many organizations have given that freedom that employees can work from home. Okay, so this is a new trend. So I mean, we have discussed, right, you should be able to see the new trend. So this is a particular new trend. Like, I mean, employees are working from home, so big companies are expecting its workforce to work from home 2021. Okay, so in 2021 actually we have seen like big companies have allowed their employees, because I mean they can see the productivity level, okay, of employees. So data science can be used in effective ways to track employee activity. Yeah, so what has happened, I mean, many organizations were not using those digital platform like a Microsoft Teams and all to communicate. But after they understood that, I mean, if they want to establish a good communication between employees while they are working from home, so there should be some platforms for that. So there are new tools and techniques because of which they are able to track what our employee is doing or not. I mean, in the particular day, in 8 hours or 9 hours, what work he has done. So there also actually data science is being utilized by organizations. Okay, and long-term stability and growth in the industry. So what happens is that, let's say a company is there, okay, he has an office at a per certain place of India, but the capacity of office is just 5,000 employees. Okay, but I mean, just imagine, now they have new projects coming on, okay, and now they require 10,000 people to accommodate. So how it is possible? They have to build either a new office, okay, so their operating expenses will increase. So rather than that, if work from home is possible, okay, from their operational point of view and all their security point of view, so if they allow for work from home, so even with one office, okay, they can enable 5,000 employees to work from home, and because of which their stability, I mean, cost wise also, that will be beneficial for that particular organizations, and people will also be willing to join that organization because of flexibility. I mean, many people prefer work from home because, I mean, they don't want to travel daily on the daily basis 2 hours or 3 hours. I mean, in Bangalore, actually, you all know that, I mean, what is the traffic level. So because of all these things, many people prefer work from home, and people would like to join and would be keen to join that organization. So that provides actually long-term stability to that particular organizations. Okay, and over 70% of job posting are asking for data scientists with less than 4 years of expertise. So actually here I would say, in the data science field also, there are certain types of jobs. Some jobs can be performed by experienced person only, so they require an experience of more than 5 years or more than 6 years, okay, or maybe more than 4 years. But there are certain jobs who don't require that much expertise, okay, that much experience. So in the industry right now, about 70% or more than 70% of job posting for data scientists are for less than 4 years of experience. Okay, so this is where also, I mean, this is one particular trend which is coming in the recent. So why exactly it is happening? Because many new organizations are trying to implement data science solution at their centers. Okay, because of which they require data scientists. They don't have that much experienced data scientists, so that is why more and more jobs are coming for less number of experienced data scientists, because now the demand of data science is increased. Okay, so these are certain popular data science designations. So I just named it before that. So obviously data scientists we all know, but apart from data scientists, there are data analysts and data engineer also. There is BI analyst also. Okay, so data scientists I have already elaborated what exactly. So if you ask me differences between these things, so basically a role of a data engineer is to collect that data. Okay, collect the data from certain format, then pre-process it to make it to certain clean data. Okay, so that is the role of data engineer. Then role of a data analyst is to derive certain information from that clean data, and maybe do some statistical modeling or machine learning modeling on top of that data and produce the result. Okay, whereas if I talk about data scientist, then data scientist sometimes plays the role of both data analyst and data engineer. He collects the data, he pre-processes that data, he cleans that data, does EDA on that, prepares model on that, and again he sometimes he represent that data also. So if you talk about BI analyst, so basically a BI analyst finds the insights and patterns in that data. Okay, whenever data is present, so role of BI analyst is to identify the patterns, what are the KPIs, how has been performance based on the data. So BI analyst does that, but a data scientist actually plays a role of all three. I mean, in many situations. So I mean, by this example itself, you can understand why a data scientists are in demand. Okay, because data scientists can do all this work. So at a big organization, actually, all these four roles are actually segregated, and an entire separate team is there for each of these tasks. But many times at a startup level, you would see that a data scientist plays all the roles by its own. Okay, so that is where data scientists are very much in demand, because they are multifacets. Okay, they are multidimensional, they do, I mean, these tasks at their own. So this is a figure about certain, I mean, estimations of salaries, okay, in India and in United States. So you can see that in average or median, I would say median salary of associate data scientist in India is approximately 6,10,000, whereas in US it is approximately $66,000. Okay, so in Indian rupees, it would be approximately somewhere around 50 or 50 lakhs. Okay. For senior data scientists in India, as a median package, they can get around 12 lakhs rupees, whereas in US they can get around $90,000, which comes into about, I would say, it is 70, approximately 70 lakh rupees. Okay, similarly for lead data scientist and product manager also you can see. So these are the trends, and obviously these are very attractive packages. Okay, so when we say about associate data scientist, you can consider that as a fresher. So as a fresher also in India, you can get approximately 6,10,000 rupees. Okay, this is very attractive. But more than package, I would say the role and responsibility and challenges which data scientist faces, that is very good. I mean, that you will obviously enjoy that journey, so you should see from that point of view. Okay, So why data science online? So obviously we see, I mean, as we have discussed earlier also, I mean, there is presence of data science everywhere, okay, and lot of content is there in data science. So I mean, you might be wondering, lot of content is there in data scientist, then why should I join a particular course? Okay, so I mean, you should not be overwhelmed. So what happens actually, I'll tell you. So there is content, okay, in this data, but you should see, I mean, does that content exactly helps you? Because I mean, every person is unique, okay? So whatever content is available online, so that is not designed specifically for a person, okay? So that is not a structured learning, I would say. So you would see that there are some content available online, but that is not structured in such a way that you should start and you should do step by step. So as we have seen the 11 steps in the previously, so they are not present in that much structured manner, okay, so that you can become a proficient and expert data scientist by following that. So that is where actually you should be able to get in touch with the expert of the industry, okay, and whatever questions are coming in mind, you should be able to interact, I mean, you should be able to ask those questions to whatever experts are there along with you. So that is where, I mean, I'm not denying that content is not available online for data science, but that content is not mature enough and that is not in that structured manner by which, I mean, you can learn these data science techniques. So that is why it becomes very crucial to be guided, okay. You should have a guide who can tell you, okay, now you have done this, after this follow these steps. So that is where some courses are very well designed specifically for students, okay. So Ekeeda is definitely a platform for you, okay. So Ekeeda is providing you a course, okay, where you can learn all those things, okay, by good mentor, by industry experts, and then you would be able to get answers to your queries as well. So basically you will get live classes from our industry experts, okay. The instructor which are, I mean, guiding you for these courses, they are industry experts, okay. They have good experience in expertise in the industry, I mean, use cases. So the instructor are very well qualified. Then doubt solving sessions are also arranged by Ekeeda. So whenever you apply for this data science course and you get selected, so you will be getting these benefits, okay. So you will have doubt solving session, because again I would say every person is unique and every person is different. So obviously some people may like mathematics and they don't like coding that much and they are not proficient in coding, so for them they will face challenges in coding. But some people again, they are different, they do like coding, but they are not well versed with mathematics and statistics, so there they need some assistance in mathematics and statistics. So there these doubt solving sessions can help you. Apart from that, over and over this course, I mean, once you enroll in this course, then you will get 500 plus learning hours, okay, along with those experts, and assignment questions are also available, with which you will be able to judge yourself whether whatever you have learned is helping you to, I mean, solve real life data science problems and not, if they are helping you or not. So these assignment questions can help you in that. Then three capstone projects. So as we have discussed that, I mean, Kaggle and all platform are good, but I mean their data sets is of not that good quality, okay. So that is where you should be able to work on an industry project, okay, where you will understand what are the real life challenges faced by a data scientist. So we will assist you with these three capstone projects as well. Then we will provide you 100% job placement assistance as well, okay. We will try that, I mean, you should be placed after doing this course, okay, and we will try to get you a job of at least 5 LPA per year, I would say. Then a digital portfolio through GitHub. So I don't think, I mean, many people won't be knowing what is GitHub actually, okay. So similar to, I mean, you have your Facebook account, okay, so that account is your identity, okay. Yeah, so that is your social media identity. So similarly, GitHub is a platform similar to Facebook. There also you can create an account, okay, and whatever task you have done in terms of data science, okay, in the field of data science, you can showcase your work in that particular platform. So that is called as a digital portfolio, okay. So in GitHub you can maintain your task and that will work as your digital portfolio, like you are expert in this particular field, okay. So once you complete all these things, okay, you will get a certification from Ekeeda which is recognized globally, okay, and that will definitely help you to get a placement, okay. So if you are interested in, you should definitely enroll for this program, and we are providing easy EMI options also. So I would definitely encourage you to join this program, okay, and you will get good instruction, okay, from world class instructors, and obviously your journey to data science will be very much successful. And I assume that, I mean, if you join this program, your skills, okay, and your expertise in the field of data science will be very much as compared to what exactly a data science should do. So when we talked about fulfilling that gap, so after doing this entire course, you will be a very well versed and very expert data scientist. So I would just say that. So I would encourage you all to join this program. And by this, I think we can end this session. And thank you all for joining this session. So if you have any queries and all regarding this session, or how to get in touch, or how to enroll for this session, you can contact us using this email ID, or you can utilize the number which is represent on your screen. So you can call on this number and you can connect with us to join this program. And by this, I thank you all for seeing this session and spending your time on this, I mean, encouraging session. Yeah, thank you.